Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you here today. Hope you've had a good week and have a pleasant weekend laid out. If you want to follow along this morning, we're going to be back in the 27th proverb, beginning in the 5th verse. And I'm going to deal with a very practical issue today in the book of Proverbs, and that is the issue of friendship, um, really kind of a description here of what a true friend really is. Most of us have probably by this point in our life learned that everyone that says they're our friend is not necessarily telling the truth sometimes. And most likely, if we were all honest, we could probably confess that there have been times when we have not been the best of friends. So let's look at how the book of Proverbs describes genuine, true friendship. Verse 5: Open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. Um, a lot of people sometimes say, you hear the phrase, "Well, if you love me, you'll accept me the way I am," and that's is often the case, and is often a true statement. But we also, if we truly love somebody, and we see them, who see them making um, critical errors in judgment, making bad decisions, having destructive, dangerous actions, we step in and try to help that friend. Now, again, everything is not does not necessarily rise to that level where we need to voice our opinion. But there are, if you have a friend, and we'll go right for the jugular here. If you have a friend who obviously has a drug problem or alcohol problem, you don't sit by and say nothing because you love them. Because you love them, you try to help them. You try to point them in a better direction. Parents, you know, if you really love your child, you don't sit by while they play in the street. You don't sit by while they play with a poisonous snake. You say something, you do something, and so what the Bible is reminding us here is, I guess, both two sides of this coin. Is that if we are genuine friends, we will, when needed, when appropriate, um, counsel them on the error of their ways. Of course, the other side of that coin is that sometimes we're on the receiving end, and we need to understand that a true friend um, has our best interest at heart. And sometimes the words hurt, sometimes they sting. But again, examine the motive. Examine, is what they're saying true? Is it really an issue? And think about that. And so this is a touchy one right here. It's hard to go to someone and offer them constructive criticism. It's hard to receive constructive criticism. But true love, he says, a true friend gives and takes that kind of counsel. The full soul loatheth the honeycomb, but to the hungry soul, every bitter thing is sweet. Here, an interesting um, uh, analogy, but he's saying if you're full, you don't even want something as sweet as a honeycomb. But for the person that's hungry, even if it's bitter, he'll eat it. And so what he's saying to us is for us to, as true friends, we help those who are hungry, those who are hurting, those who are in need, and not the ones that don't need the help. You give our gifts to the people who need it, who will appreciate it the most. Help those people. Be a friend to those who are in need. As a bird that wandereth from her nest, so is a man that wandereth from his place. Um, don't stray, don't wander like a bird from your friends. Be loyal. Um, a genuine friend doesn't walk away, wander away from those they love and those that love them. They're loyal, they're faithful, they're consistent, and they stay friends through it all. One of my favorite definitions of all time about friendship is a true friend is one that walks in when everyone else walks out. Verse 9, ointment and perfume rejoice the heart, so doth the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel. A true friend who gives us good counsel, wise counsel, counsel from the heart. Again, that constructive criticism. Um, we saw earlier that the idea of rejecting it, but here he says that when a true friend comes along and offers us counsel, and sometimes it is correction, but that we accept that, we appreciate that, we like the sweet smell of perfume when we have someone who cares enough for us to correct us. In verse 10, thine own friend and thy father's friend forsake not, neither go into thy brother's house in the day of thy calamity, for better is a neighbor that is near than a brother far off. Stick by your friends is the simple way of saying what he is there. Genuine friends. They take care of those relationships. You take care of your friends. That you stick by them. You're faithful, even in the bad times. He says here, for better is a neighbor that is near than a brother afar off. That's not talking about distance. That's saying you're better off, and probably many of you, unfortunately, can say something like this, that you have friends who are better for you and better to you than some who are actually blood relatives. Better to have a genuine friend who loves you and cares for you than to have a relative who has no real concern for you. And so take care of those true friends. This passage just reminds us of the beauty, the necessity, the importance of having true friends and being a true friend. We need friends who love us enough to tell us the truth, who will help us to see our weaknesses, to see the places where we are going astray. Hopefully help us see the mistakes we're about to make. And then friends that even after we make that mistake will be the first one there to give us a hand. We need to be that kind of friend. We need to be that kind of person, faithful and true. And our greatest model is Jesus Christ, as a friend that sticketh closer than a brother, that doesn't abandon us when we're down, abandon us when we're in difficulty. But again, as a friend, he says, that sticketh closer than a brother. Hope you'll think about that today. Be thankful for the friends you've got. Maybe you need to call one of them. Just let them know, hey, appreciate you sticking with me. Maybe you need to be a better friend. However God touches your heart today, I hope it helps you. Have a great day. We'll see you back here next week.